everybody, and welcome to Wrestling Reads. As you all may have heard, I'm sure you have, Sasha Banks and Naomi walked out on Raw yesterday, and I had to do a video on this. Now, there are reports that have come out basically saying that they tried to talk to uh, producer after producer, trying to talk to Vince. They were unhappy with creative because, usually WWE creative is shit, and particularly the women's creative uh, is not booked particularly well. Um, but they were unhappy. They tried to reach out to anybody they could. Was basically told that they were being spoiled. Now, if you hear the alleged booking, I would be pretty pissed off too, because I've scratched and clawed and given my body up for this company who looks at me as an independent contractor and possibly expendable. And I give a shit about how I'm booked and the elevation of the division as a whole, the tag team division, uh, women's tag team division, but tag team division in general in WWE is not good. It is just, you could tell that Vince doesn't really care about tag teams. He never really cared about tag teams other than that late 90s attitude era boom, when tag teams, the Hardys and Christian and all of those Dudley boys, they were the shit. So they carried a lot of that era. It's undeniable, but that was a different era. That was the WWF era. This is the WWE era. And a lot of things have changed since then. So, with Johnny Ace and particular old-timey people in the back, they don't seem to give a shit about women's wrestling. They don't seem to give a shit to make it cohesive. They only give a shit about certain people who they care about, which is a very limited few, and everybody else is just chum. Just food. That's it. Just food to be fed. And placeholders until they can get somebody they want in there. Has nothing to do with work ethic or not. It's just, this is my vision and this is company, right? Now, this whole thing about them being unprofessional, the whole company in WWE is quite unprofessional. So I think that the criticism of them being unprofessional, so what? They're following the work line of the company. I see it as, this is bullshit. I've been trying to work with you, and you disrespect me and spit in my face. That might be cool to the yes drones in the back, but for me, it's not working for me, brother, and that's all right. They have a right as independent contractors to do that, I would say, but I want to know, what's the energy behind all of this, right? Because it's a juicy story. I have to forewarn you that I pulled with a different set of cards on this a little earlier. It was only a 3-card spread, but it basically said that they were getting dicked around and they didn't like it. They didn't like it. It was all about the choices that they had to make, and they picked one that was best for them. But ultimately, they're coming back, right? They're going back. I think they are. This reading is going to be a deeper dive. I'm going to do a full spread on this, and I want to see what happens. So Let truth direct us. Let divine light protect us. Let source connect us. And love our great anchor. What's the energy behind Sasha Naomi bailing on Raw last night? What's going on? That's the cards, right? So we cut, because I've been rambling enough. Alright, the signifier, the challenge card, conscious thoughts, unconscious, subconscious thoughts, the past, and the short-term future. Okay. Alright, so the signifier card is the Nine of Pentacles, which is about luxury, independence, and all of that. But it's in reverse. So the Nine of Pentacles for the signifier in reverse has to do with overindulgence, dependency, in particular, right? And then, so the signifier card of this whole situation has to do with not feeling good enough to me, because Nine of Pentacles is also about affluence, but then it's reversed. So not feeling good enough, a feeling of feeling too dependent, almost in a negative way. And then the challenge card was challenging that is the Five of Wands, but it's in reverse. So the Five of Wands is about unskilled conflict. So this is basically the challenge to their independence, or the challenge of their dependence on their place of work is challenged and riddled with chaos. This to me is like just chaos. People don't know what they're doing. People are arguing and fighting and stuff, but it's not in a way that's productive. It's just opposition, stupid points that are being made that make no sense. It's usually out of emotion or just a passionate response with no thought or actual critique there. It's just noise. It's just opposition. So the fact that the signifier card is them feeling either overly dependent or them feeling like they don't have what they need, and then crossing that is me to basically pleading my case, trying to rectify this situation, and it's not making any sense. It's just not, nothing makes sense. And the conscious thought is the Hierophant, but the Hierophant is in reverse. So the Hierophant is about ceremonies, traditions. It can relate to government and certain institutions as well. When it's in reverse, that is of a more sinister form. So, the hierarchy there, they feel, is out of balance. They feel like it is power hungry controlling, and it is of the most toxic degree in their conscious thoughts. Their unconscious thoughts. The Five of Pentacles is basically being out in the cold. Um, they feel like they're not getting what, and they feel like they're not getting what they need. They feel like they're not getting what they're supposed to be getting. They feel like they've been shut out. Look. They feel like they're not good enough. That's in the unconscious thoughts, okay? The past, this is the Hanged Man, right? So another major arcana card. So far there's been two in the first row, but it's in reverse. So the Hanged Man is all about being stagnant and being still. When it's in reverse, it's even more so. So it's even more exacerbated. It's even more prolonged. So in the past, there hasn't been enough, in their eyes, there hasn't been enough action placed on them or their career. And then in the short term future, there's a Three of Pentacles card, which is having other opportunities and building off those opportunities and working with other people. Let's go into the second line here. Seven of Pentacles. So you have conscious and unconscious. So the way they see themselves. Seven of Pentacles, but it's in reverse. The way others see them. Three of Wands in reverse. So you got the way they see themselves, the way others see them. Then you have the Three of Swords in reverse, and then you got the final outcome. Okay. So, hopes and fears. Okay. So, the way they see themselves, I have is the Five of Pentacles here. I mean the Seven of Pentacles. But it's in reverse. So, the Seven of Pentacles is all about taking care and preparation and time. And then when the Seven of Pentacles is in reverse, it is the lack of time, the lack of care. So maybe they felt like they feel like they've rushed into a lot of things. They feel like they don't have the time to really sit down and prepare and plan. The way others people see them is the Three of Wands, and then that's expanding horizons. But then that's in reverse. So the Three of Wands in reverse is basically telling me that other people have seen them is that they're closing the door of opportunity. Alright? They're not expanding. They're not being open. That's how other people see them. The hopes and fears is the Three of Swords, which is about betrayal and apathy, but it's in reverse. So the hope, I would say this is a hope that they can move past this, move past the quote unquote heartbreak, move past the pain, um, move past the feelings of betrayal, and then the final outcome for them is I have the sun. So the sun is about exposure. It's about abundance. Um, it's about um, basically illumination as well. It's about exposure. But it's a very positive card, the sun is, right? And then if I look on the bottom of this, I have the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is basically telling me that um, all truth will be revealed on this matter. Okay, so the truth's gonna come out. There will be more revealed. Okay, so I'm gonna pull a Prism Oracle card really quick because I want to know what's a give me an Oracle card on this Naomi Sasha situation. Ooh. Blah, 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 blah. Give me an Oracle card on this situation, please. This video's already lasted 17 minutes, but this is a juicy one, so it's crazy. They just walked out. Cody didn't resign to AEW, and now Sasha and Naomi just walk out of WWE. Excuse me. Alright, let's cut these cards and then what's the energy around it? Faith. Faith. That's an interesting card to pull because obviously Sasha and Naomi had faith in themselves, right? Obviously they have more faith in themselves and what they bring to the table than anything Vince McMahon or Bruce Pritchard or any one of them old crotchety people in the back have in them. Obviously, they have more faith in themselves. Obviously. So, that's another wrestling read. That's my reading on why Sasha and Naomi up and bounced on Raw yesterday. It's a big story. It's a big story. But I want to say that I stand with Sasha and Naomi. I stand with workers, or I stand with the little guy that stands up for themselves and sticks it to these companies who they don't appreciate you. You're just another number. You're just somebody to get merchandise off of and make them money. They don't really care about working with you. And I know there are people in the community that shill for the companies. I'm on the side of the wrestlers. I'm on the side of the workers. I'm on the side of sticking up for yourself. If you're not happy with something, say it. If you feel like you're being taken advantage of, say it. If it's not what you feel in your heart, say it. You got to believe in yourself because nobody else is going to do it for you. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next one.